Hello everyone, this is your Manchester United versus Newcastle United match preview. And these players turn up. I don't see that happening. We failed, they failed to win against a Wolves team that's battling the relegation zone. I don't see them winning against a good formed Newcastle team that's in the top five. I don't see that happening. These players haven't showed any passion, determination. Then you can't see any. They can't bring any energy in the game, starting from the goalkeeper to the striker. These players are not meant to play in this club. Most of these players are below standard. We are 14th on the table, with 22 points after playing 18 games. We're almost going down into the relegation zone because in the next two games it's going to be difficult for these players to win against Newcastle on Monday and against Liverpool on 5th January next year at Anfield. And I don't see these players fighting to win in those two games. I don't see it happening. Bournemouth team, we failed to win against them, and a team that's battling relegation zone, Wolves. What makes you think that we are going to win against Newcastle or Liverpool? Those are two games. I know if we lose, we are in the relegation zone because Newcastle Palace, same of Wolves, Everton, if they win their next two games and we lose our next two games, we are fighting. We are going down into the 18th position and we will be battling in the relegation zone just to survive in the Premier League. That's how bad the situation is. We have come from bad to worse because of some players who don't want to fight hard for this team. Some players who don't want to play because of some lazy players in this club earning huge salary but can't play. We're paying salaries in this club, but they're not performing. They're not performing. They don't show even a little bit of trying. We've been conceding the last 5 games. We've conceded through set pieces. Now we are just conceding through a straight corner that's just going in. Onana can't take that. Against Tottenham Hotspur in the Carabao Cup quarterfinal and also against Wolves, the last game that we played. Direct corner. Son taking it in. Cunha taking it in. That's our weakness. And every team capitalizing on that weakness. That's how things are bad. Newcastle at way, the last 3 games that Newcastle have played, they have kept clean sheet, both at home and away. Thrashing Leicester City at home 4-0. Thrashing Ipswich away 4-0, a team that Manchester United could not win against. Ended up drawing in that game, and Ipswich were the better team. And thrashing Aston Villa at home 3-0. You can see that consistency of this team, and we expect United to win. United that have lost the last 3 Premier League games. I don't see a win coming from this game. I don't see United winning against Newcastle United because Newcastle at the moment are in good form. 5th position with 29 points. We are 7 points below them. I don't see us catching them. With the performance that these players are displaying, that's not happening. Looking at the forward three of Newcastle United, Isak, Gordon, and Murphy, Jacob Murphy. With the silly mistake that our defense is always doing, they're going to thrash us. In those last 3 games that Newcastle have won, those forward three have been just good. If Isaac is not scoring, he's assisting. If Murphy is not scoring, he is assisting. If Gordon is not scoring, he is assisting. They're just consistent in every game that they win and they score. Both forwards must score. Go check it up. The last 3 games and other previous games. both front three must just score. That shows how good that front three is and how good they have some good partnership. And also how they play, they're not selfish, not like our players that just can't create chances. And also they create chances for each other, and they're not selfish because they want to win, because you know winning is about playing as a team. It's a teamwork. That midfield, I don't see United breaking that midfield. Bruno Guimares, and Tonali. The other one I forgot his name. And the defense, Ban and Hall, those two centre backs are just strong for our forwards. I don't think if they can take on them. I don't see if Rasmus, if he won't put much energy, much work, I don't see him taking on those or taking on Ban and Hall. Newcastle just good. They are fast in counter-attacks. They are aggressive in pressing. Their physique is just good. Physically, they are good. They are strong. Their energy in the game, you can just feel it. Their tempo, unlike us, players are just lazy, don't want to play. Starting from the goalkeeper to the strikers. This is my starting 11 going to this game. Starting from a goalkeeper, Ando Nana. Ando Nana, we thought Ando Nana. I thought Ando Nana has changed, has improved, but that's not it. He has kept so far 6 clean sheets, and I think now Pickford is above him with 7 clean sheets because of silly mistake to concede goals. My back three, I'll want to go with Mazrui, Yoro, and Martinez. Right wing back, I'll want Ama to start there. My left wing back, I'll want Diego Dalot. Though he hasn't been that good, but don't have any option. He is the one who's there. Just has to play. My two centre back, my two midfielders, I'll go with Mino and Casemiro. Ugarte is our best midfielder in ground duels, but he won't be available because of suspension. In the game against Wolves, he was booked with a yellow card, and the game against Bournemouth also was booked. So 2 yellows in a row. He now misses the game against Newcastle, a very important game for us, and Ugarte is not available. You can imagine how it will be in that midfield without Ugarte. Imagine Casemiro and Mino. It will be just worse. 2-10, I'll want Garnacho into this game because you can see those counter attacks, those runs. We want a player that can make those runs with the balls. Bruno was a bit slow in that game, in the previous games. So Garnacho coming back, I know he has the hunger to play and wants to win. I know he also will want to improve. And Eriksen as a 10. Bruno also was sent off in the game against Wolves, and also he wanted to be available. And my striker will go the Hoylander. The game against Wolves, yeah, he was invisible. He was not in the game, but I'll just stick with him. He's much better than Zaxi. So you have to stick with him. I think that's my starting 11 going to this game against Newcastle. But I don't see a win. My score prediction to this game, Newcastle 2, Manchester United 0. I know I need to be positive because of my team, but if the team is not showing us any positivity, we have no hope because Newcastle are just playing well and United at the moment are not playing well. So just go with the team that plays well, and Newcastle, unless they'll just turn up. If they'll turn up, I see they'll win. If they'll turn up the way they turn up the game against Manchester City, the Manchester Derby, I see them winning. If they'll bring in the energy, if they'll show some aggressiveness when pressing, if they'll create some chances, if they'll prevent some silly mistake in the defense. Onana, if he'll be good, I'll see us winning. But if he'll does the same result, of the same performance that they'll display in that they've been displaying the previous games, I see us losing big time in that game against Newcastle United. So that's just it. I'm not even happy with these players. They're just lazy. They don't show any passion, no determination. I know people say Amorim needs to bring in a system that will fit this players, but to me, Amorim just need to fit to stick with this system because some players will just need to be sold in the January transfer window or in the summer, and Amorim to get the players that he wants that can fit in the system. not changing system because Amorim wants to bring in a culture into this team, an identity and a playing of style that we've been lacking for the longest time. So not changing, he needs to stick with that because he will have eventually he will have his players that will adapt to this system. That's just it. Not changing the system. I support him. He needs to stick with this system. We just have lazy players that can't adjust. But we know in the summer, Ineos will do their thing and bring in the players that can really play in this system and can really want to win. We need fresh legs and fresh players. I think that's just it. And all the best to them in the game against Newcastle. If they win, that's it. If they'll show some determination, they'll win it. But if they just display the same result that they've been displaying the previous game, I don't see a win happening. I think that's all I had for you guys, and thanks everyone for watching. Talk to you guys in the next one.